As I walked through the dense ancient forest, the eerie silence seemed to press down on me like a heavy blanket. My footsteps were muffled by the thick carpet of decaying leaves, and the only sound that reached my ears was the occasional rustling of leaves in the wind. I had always been drawn to the unknown, and this forest had intrigued me ever since I had heard the local legends about it. They spoke of a darkness that dwelled within, a darkness that could drive even the bravest of souls to madness. The sun was setting, casting long, ominous shadows that danced among the gnarled trees. My heart raced with excitement and fear as I continued to make my way deeper into the forest. I couldn't help but feel that I was being watched, that unseen eyes were following my every move. I shivered, though it wasn't from the chill in the air. As I ventured further into the woods, I noticed strange symbols etched onto the bark of some of the trees. They were crude and ancient, and I couldn't decipher their meaning. It was as if someone or something had marked this place as their own. My curiosity intensified, and I pressed on. Suddenly, I heard a distant, haunting melody. It was a mournful tune played on what sounded like a violin. The sound seemed to come from all around me, echoing through the trees. I couldn't pinpoint its source, and the melody sent shivers down my spine. It was a song of sorrow, of loss, and it seemed to beckon me deeper into the forest. I followed the haunting melody, my heart pounding in my chest. The deeper I went, the more the forest seemed to close in around me. The trees grew closer together, their twisted branches forming a canopy that blocked out the fading light of the setting sun. I felt a growing sense of unease, as though I was being drawn into a trap. And then I saw it. In a small clearing ahead, a figure stood, bathed in an otherworldly glow. It was a woman, her hair long and flowing like liquid darkness. She held a violin in her hands, and her fingers moved with an unnatural grace across the strings, producing the haunting melody that had drawn me here. Her eyes were empty voids, and her lips were a deep, blood red. She seemed to be both beautiful and terrifying, a creature that belonged to another world. I couldn't tear my eyes away from her, couldn't resist the pull of the music. I took a step closer, and then another, until I was standing at the edge of the clearing. The woman's music grew louder, more intense, and I felt a strange compulsion to join her, to become one with the melody. But just as I was about to take that final step into the clearing, a voice in the back of my mind screamed at me to run, to get away from this place. I fought against the enchantment of the music, tearing my gaze away from the woman and stumbling back into the forest. As I ran, branches seemed to reach out for me, scratching at my skin. The forest itself seemed to come alive, as though it resented my intrusion. I didn't stop until I had reached the edge of the woods, gasping for breath and covered in scratches and bruises. I knew then that I had narrowly escaped something truly malevolent. The forest held secrets that were better left undisturbed, and I had come too close to uncovering them. I couldn't help but wonder what would have happened if I had succumbed to the enchantment of the woman and her violin, and I shuddered at the thought. To this day, I can't forget the haunting melody that lured me into the depths of the forest, or the empty eyes of the woman who played it. And I can't help but wonder what other horrors lie hidden within the darkness of that ancient, haunted place. As I stand here, haunted by the memories of that forest, I can only hope that you'll join me on this journey into darkness once more. Goodbye for now, and remember to subscribe for the next chilling installment of my harrowing tale.